One, two. 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. No win. One, two, three, four, five. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 1 1 1 1. Iyaphika lapha kancane iyagxuma, but I'm not too sure. 1 1 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 1 1 1. Aibo, ama-channel anga-testing ami ku-TV. Cha, those are live visuals. 1 2 3 4 5. Happiness. 1 2 3 4. Ngadlala. Adlala. Yeah, batshela niyakankosi sibo. Nkosi yami. Happiness. Sharp.
One, two. 1 2. 1 2. 1 4. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. two, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2. 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2, 1 2.
1 2 2.
1 2. 1 2. 1, 2.
Oh, yeah, yes, that is.
So you'll sit there. Good afternoon. To members of the media, fellow South Africans, members of Umkhonto weSizwe, members of the National High Command that are here, let me introduce myself. My name is Nhlamulo Ndlela. I'm the national spokesperson from Umkhonto weSizwe Party. As communicated via our media alert, we will be doing a presser and, as we stated, giving feedback of the back of a meeting that was held by the national officials with the president. And we would then obviously get the chairperson to read out that speech. But prior to that, let me introduce the leadership. Let me start with the president, President Jacob Zuma, who is present. And then to his left, we have Dr. Hlophe, who is our deputy president. Then I will introduce the chairperson of the organization, Commander Nathi Nhleko. Let me also then introduce the TG, who is Mbiake Limba. Then we have the SG in Nico Floyd Shibambu. Of course, there's the deputy chair. Deputy chair, my apologies, I had not seen you, as normally you'd be here. We have deputy chair, Commander Sibiloane Mkocho. Then we have the national organizer, Joe Ndlela, commander, and commander of the head of the presidency, Commander Mzobe Makasela. With that, I don't want to, of course, DSG, Nombuso Mkize, who's also just joined us. With that, I don't want to delay. I'm going to allow the chairperson to then read the speech, which will be quite self-explanatory. We'll then take questions after that, and then we'll follow through with the program. Chairperson.
Thank you. Okay. No, it's fine. I'll hold it. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'll read the statement on behalf of the national officials of Umkhonto weSizwe. Yesterday, on the 2nd of June 2025, President Jacob Zuma met with the national officials of Umkhonto weSizwe to reflect on the state of the organization. As part of the deliberations of the national officials, the matter pertaining to the recent trip undertaken by the Secretary General, Floyd Shibambu, to Malawi was reflected upon. After lengthy discussions, excuse me, and considerable inputs from the national officials, it was concluded that the actions of the Secretary General were found to be against the spirit and prescripts of the MK party in constitution. Most specifically, section 3J, subsection J, under the section that deals with offenses, which stipulates the following, and that's subsection J, undertaking international trips and participating in activities and programs that are opposed to the agenda of the MK Party or allied party. Noting that on the 12th of March 2025, the Republic of Malawi's Chief Resident Magistrate delivered a ruling that granted the South African Republic's requests for the extradition. It is common knowledge that Bishop Shepherd Bushiri and his wife, Mary Bushiri, skipped bail and are to return to South Africa to stand trial on various charges. Based on the deliberations by national officials, it was confirmed that the trip was not officially sanctioned, was not an officially sanctioned program of the organization or the president, which therefore goes against the constitution of the party. The MK Party and its leadership has been approached by members of various sectors of civil society and has taken due consideration of the gravity of this matter. Due to the various nature of this matter and its implications for the party, its image, values, and principles, the president and national officials were left with no other option but to act swiftly in addressing this matter. Consequently, as a responsible organization accountable to its electorate and the broader society, the national officials have come to a decision to redeploy Commander Floyd Shibambu as the Secretary General of the party and redeploying him to the National Assembly. Excuse me. We believe that his redeployment will strengthen the MK Party caucus as the official opposition, as Commander Floyd Shibambu carries a wealth of experience as a former member of parliament. We would like to thank and acknowledge Commander Shibambu's contribution as both the national organizer and Secretary General of the MK Party, and the role he has played in contributing to the advancement of the organization. His invaluable skills and experience as a politician will continue to benefit the MK Party in his new role to which he is deployed. The national officials have had discussions with Commander Floyd Shibambu, engaged with him pertaining to his redeployment, and he has duly accepted this particular position as directed by national leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, National Chair. At this point, we are going to give an opportunity to Commander Floyd Shibambu to say a couple of words. Thank you. Commander.
No, thank you very much, National Spokesperson and the national officials, the President. I want to take this opportunity to thank the President Jacob Zuma, and the leadership of Umkhonto Isizwe and the membership for having assigned me a very important role to become a national organizer and then Secretary General. I want to confirm that the national officials have taken a decision which I fully accept as a disciplined member of Umkhonto Isizwe. We've been redeployed to the National Assembly and will continue to play the role of advancing the agenda and program of Umkhonto Isizwe. It has been an invaluable roles that we have played and a humbling experience that we have been assigned by the President. I want to thank him for leading the program of unification of all the progressive forces in South Africa. That is the agenda that we're going to continue to pursue. I think that will clarify the issues that pertains to this. And on behalf of myself and everyone else who is involved, we want to regret that the decision in terms of the visit to Malawi was not consistent with the constitution of Umkhonto we Sizwe, as is reflected in the statement. And we fully accept the new responsibility will continue to play a role and build the organization towards the 2026 local government elections and towards the 2/3 majority victory in the 2029 general elections. Thank you very much, Comrade President. We really appreciate the role that you have given us and the redeployment, the confidence that you continue to show even when we falter in terms of some of the issues that we deal with at personal level. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Commander Shibambu. Members of the media, we've reached a point where we'll ask questions. We'll take questions. We'll start with 5 questions. If you could please mention your name and the organization that you represent, and then the officials will respond accordingly. But I think we're going to need a mic that's going to roll. And I think we've got one here. And if you could just help us with that. Okay, with the show of hands, let's start with the questions. Who's first? No question. We can go. That's the first question. Anyone? Second question. Let me take 5. Second question. William. Third? There's a third question there. Let's leave it at that. Third, that will be the last one for this round, unless if something else stimulates the next question. Please go ahead. First question. Name and where you're from.
Yeah, my name is Skye. I'm from the Witness newspaper. Thanks for the opportunity. I would like to find out. Yes, I would like to find out during the meeting between the MK National Leadership and the outgoing Secretary General, to say during the discussions, what was his justification or his defense for that trip in Malawi? The second question is that if I heard the chairperson correctly, he alluded to the fact that the trip was in violation of the MK party constitution. We know that in the past, some MK party members were expelled from the party for violating the same constitution. Is that not speak to a lack of consistency in this issue?
There's a question then. William Pumbola.
So thank you so much. So my name is William Pumbola from Independent Media. I will have 2 questions. Maybe the second one is not on the agenda now. So my interest is that, is it not violating social religious rights anyway? Because I'll make an example, but sorry to just make an example with a church here in the province. So we know that, okay, there's a leader of Shembe Church who's now defying court orders anyway. So I know there are a lot of ghosts from Shembe, but the one that is sitting there at Ebuhleni Temple, so was ordered by the court to leave the place. He's sitting there, and politicians are flocking to that leader, not the one which the court favored, right? Now the issue is, are we going to determine where one is, which church one is attending, which church one is running himself to? So the second question is related to the party, but I know the party has commented on the judgment, so Western Cape High Court judgment, which ruled that, okay, so Dr. John Tope can serve on the JSC, but I know the party has, but because he's here now, so I would also want to hear his comment. Thank you.
Okay, Willem. Third question.
Hello. I'm Srini Naidu from Clarendon constituency, Moses Mabhida region. I just want to find out, is the reason that you have given us the only reason for the redeployment of our Secretary General?
Okay. That was the last question, I think, for this round.
It's Ndandamaso from Eyewitness News. Klamulo, are there no fears from the party that there could be speculations that this too also has to do with the spread that we've seen between the SG and the daughter of former President Jacob Zuma in this regard? And if I may, on a side issue, just get the reaction on former President Jacob Zuma and the court outcomes today. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
No, it's all right. I would also ask that members of the leadership, they also address some of these questions. You know, it would be unfair that we took the whole day kind of deliberations. I think his name is Clive Ndo, oh, there he is, yes, Mr. Ndo, that we will then come to this particular press conference and want to reopen the discussion that we had amongst ourselves. So it would be not correct to do so. So respectfully, that question perhaps belongs somewhere else. It can't belong to this particular session in terms of, what was his justification and whatever. The next thing we'll get into a tit-for-tat kind of situation of who said what against who and this view and that and so on. So it's not necessary. That's the one part. But equally so, Wenando, violations have got a different sort of weightings to them. So you can't say that because you and I are members of MK, so you also, violated this and I'm violating this and so on, and therefore there's, a correlationship between your nature and extent of violation versus my one, and therefore the result should be the same. I don't think it would be a correct way of approaching things that in that particular direction. Now, one of the responsibilities of leadership is to also listen to your own constituency, precisely because, as you see ourselves up here, we carry a particular responsibility and or brand, whether said or unsaid, for an example. And therefore, the manner in which we deal with that at a constituency level becomes quite critical to react positively and constructively in engaging with matters that come from the constituency side. So that's one part. Now, when Pumula lokhuluma religious rights, Pumula, I think I would also do think, for instance, the angling and the discussion taken by national officials is not about whether you should go to a particular church or shouldn't go to a particular church or exercise this other right versus the other. And so that's not the issue. The issue is you have quite a view and issues that have been brought to the attention of the organization. And the question is, as leadership, what then do you do to deal with those particular matters as having arisen on the side of the constituency that we represent, for an example, and people in general out there in the Republic? So I don't think it's a matter that that arises. I mean, if you want to have a discussion about the Shembe Church and whether or not court orders are being observed and so on, I think that's a different matter altogether and so on. I don't think it does have any particular relevance and equation to the matter that we're dealing with at hand. Now, Umabaso, Deputy President, I'm coming your direction, by the way. That's why I'm skipping the other question that Umabaso raising speculation. Yeah, I think it's the gentleman that was here. He just left. How do you ask a question and leave? Yeah. You know, one of the things that we should shy away from is speculation. It's exactly what he has done. To speculate that a particular position has been taken precisely, perhaps, not even precisely, and because it is suspected that I must have said something to Undo, and Undo did not like that, and he said something in return or something. That's speculation. Our duty is to always angle on the side of the actual material facts on the ground, how those material facts affect us, and so on. So I think it's unfortunate that Umabaso brought that into the equation, because it's absolutely not part of this equation. I will ask, I think it was Pungula that spoke about the Judicial Services Commission. And I'll ask the Deputy President perhaps to just clarify. I'm not sure whether I understood his question nevertheless, so that's why I'm asking the Deputy President perhaps to assist Umfoka Pungula.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Sihlalo. Baba uPhungula, ngicela sisitike le nto siyizelelana. Besingazelanga iy'nkinga zikaHlophe ze-JSC. Ezami iy'nkinga ay'pheli, so ngicela sisitike le nto siyizelelana. Musukone umsebenzi wethu, please. Ngiyacela. But-ke ngoba usungibuzile ngizokuphendula. Impendulo nangu ummeli wami uhleli lapha. Sizo-aphila, sizodlala amajaji thina sizo-aphila i-judgment. Ngiyabonga.
I'm going to call the head of the presidency, Commander Makasela Mzobe, to just respond as well. And then after that, we'll get the president to respond.
Thanks. The media statement indicates an outcome of a deliberation that included Comrade Floyd Shivam. And everything the leadership wanted to know about the trip, he did take the leadership into confidence. And the leadership, in its wisdom, counseled Comrade Floyd about the mistakes committed about the trip as indicated in the statement. And both the leadership, the president and Comrade Floyd, have closed on the chapter of Malawi and were being cancelled by the president every time we make mistakes. Floyd is not the first one, won't be the last one to commit a mistake and be cancelled by the leadership, and giving wisdom of the president on how in future we should better handle
issues that are complicated like these ones. The request is that the matter ends today in the ranks of Umkhonto Wesizwe. The leadership, the detachment, the membership, supporters and voters are requested to accept the guidance from the president and the officials and give MK Party a space to focus on the agenda of local government elections in 2029. The understanding is that no one in the leadership after this will make any comment or discussions around the matter. And Comrade Floyd has accepted as well that on his side we are not commenting. Instead, we are focusing on executing the mandate given to Umkhonto Wesizwe by the electorate. Thank you.
Thank you, HOP. I think the head of presence made it clear. When I come for an interview, don't ask me this question. I won't answer. You've got your answer. President, we also have, as you come up to give us some words of wisdom, a question, because we are streaming live. There's a question from Sophie Mokoena from SAPC. She says, can the president share his views about the issue of some white Afrikaners who are saying there's genocide in South Africa? The second question. Oh, the HOP is... So, President, Sophie Mokoena, who is online, is asking a question. Her question is the following. She's from the SAPC. Can President share his views about the issue of some white Afrikaners who are saying there is white genocide in South Africa? That's the first one. Second one being, what are your views, President, on President Donald Trump's posture against South Africa? Thanks. President, the people of South Africa want to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Sanbonan Bagwet. Tumelang. Potarte. Potarte. Come sta? Okay, fine. No, thank you, Chair. Thank you for the opportunity. I thought that we are about one issue. La ukuthi aseqhamuka phi lawa abuzayo for aseyinkinga lapha kini. Phela sizele ukuzobuza ukuthi kuyabulawa eSouth Africa. Akukho to file South Africa. Is there any danger in any part of the country? No, ngibuza laba abazi zonke izinto. No, ngempela ngifuna bangisize. Kuthiwe babulawa kanjani? Is there genocide? You guys are everywhere. Not so. Can't you help me? Maybe it wasn't Shaling Kanta, mhlambe ngizeka ngale. Ngiyabona ngabona khona. Ngoba ngabona lutho phela. There is no genocide in South Africa. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I take it that when people talk about genocide, when many people die, there's nothing of that nature in South Africa. People are just, my fellow I know, that's America. He just talks. when he wants to talk. Anything. I thought he would know better what is genocide. Now, for him to say so, it's just a joke, really. There's nothing of that nature. President Ban. Why should I worry myself about Trump? Really? We have a serious problem here to fix this country. No, I'm not going to talk about that. You can tell me about something serious. Genocide, no. The only thing I wanted to say is to say thank you, gentlemen, for coming. We thought it was important to talk about what has happened in terms of what people were saying. After our SG had visited Malawi, there were quite a number of things that came. We received a lot of letters from, what do you call them? Civil society. What is the civil society? I doubt. No. Huh?
MJC.
MJC, yes. MJC. They were complaining. There were quite a number of letters that came unhappy. They said a number of things. Because we were busy, this party, Congress was a very, very busy party. So we did not have time to leave what we're doing and jump to say what is happening. So we continued doing our work. They came, I think, almost 3 times worried about this. So we had to feel that if there are people in the country who feel not good about what has happened, without them knowing the details, it was important that we tell the country what has happened and why this, why do we take this decision? Because we have to respect the population, that we are very serious to tell them that they must vote for us, all of them. They must understand. And I'm sure as we sit here, if I look in your eyes, there will be very few who will not vote for Mkhonto. So I thought it was important that we should take into account, given the fact that, as you heard in our statement, that there are rules we have, and there were people who were then talking, and we thought we should then have this to alert the country and tell them, even those who have been saying, what is this? Others were talking about how those people or that person in particular in that country, what are the relations with people in the Middle East and everything. And we thought it was important just to clarify the issues, but also respect the people that we say we stand for, and therefore take the decisions that we took. And I think that is closely the matter. And there is no problem. We took the decision on our behalf for our good reasons, which we discussed in our meeting. I heard that other people were asking, what else did we discuss? I mean, it's confidential if we meet. Otherwise, we would always be meeting at the rank where everybody sees and hear what we say. We have taken that decision, and there is nothing wrong. We were just saying this is what's supposed to be. We also had to look at what that has done to our rules, etc. It's as simple as that. The only thing we're doing, was to alert the country what we are saying on this one to close that matter. It's as simple as that. So we thank you very much for coming to be with us. And I don't think we must continue saying there's a big problem, there's a big animal in the mountain. Nothing. It is just us with you as you know us. So thank you very much. Agreed? Agreed. Thank you.
Thank you, President. We're going to close off now. The President has spoken, unfortunately, and after the President has spoken, I cannot take any more questions. You had an opportunity, you didn't. So on the basis of that, I want to say thank you, and I also want to state again, please don't call me or invite me for an interview regarding this matter. This matter is closed. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you.